Durant Brown. You're the CEO of the Brown Group. What an excellent condition. Are you sure you want to marry me?
Grandma introduced you to me. I believe in my grandma. But marriage is a big deal. Do you want to reconsider it?
No, I'm very satisfied with you.
Congratulations on getting married and happy wedding.
To deal with my family urging me to get married, I can't believe I got married with a blind date who I have known for less than half an hour. Grandma, I have married the man you introduced me to.
It is an heirloom, which has always been passed down only to the daughter-in-law of the Brown family. I'll give it to you now.
Don't worry, I'll take good care of it. By the way, Mr. Brown, congratulations and happy marriage.
Happy marriage, Miss Ross.
Then wait for me here, I'll drive to pick you up.
I have my car.
Mr. Brown, it's just less than half an hour, and you already married the blind date you met for the first time.
You're wrong. It's not the first time? A year ago, I had acute gastroenteritis.
Sir? Are you all right? I'll take you to the hospital.
It was she who sent me to the hospital in time. This is the second time we meet.
But you are allergic to women if your skin is contact with women. For more than 10 seconds, you will itch and develop a rash, even if it was a life-saving grace. You can't repay her with your life, can you?
Repay her with my life, it's an exaggeration. I'd call it repaying her with myself. Right. A year ago, she helped me to the hospital. We had intimate contact before, and just now we shook hands, so I'm sure I'm not allergic to her.
Really? Good. It seems that you and her are really made for each other.
No one is a better match than us.
Stella Ross, since I learned that you are the one who helped Durant Brown, the richest man in Southville, and he's been looking for you, I spent 1 year to make myself look like you. I want to replace you. I didn't expect you to marry him first. Fortunately, you just got married in a flash, and are not familiar with each other. From now on, I'll be the Mrs. Brown. Get rid of her! Dear, sorry for keeping you waiting. Let's go. Sorry to keep you waiting. Let's go.
Didn't you go to drive the car?
The car is breaking down.
Well, what car do you like? I'll get someone to send it to you later.
It feels good to be the wife of the richest man in Mississippi. Durant, thank you. I love you the most.
Stella, it only takes 5 minutes. You're a bit different.
What's wrong? Don't you like me anymore?
No, I'm not used to it. The car arrived. Let's get in the car first.
It seems that he didn't realize. I'm not Stella Ross.
Doctor, my granddaughter has lost her previous memories. What's going on?
She was rescued after falling into the river on a bicycle, judging from the current situation. Her head was hit, and the previous memory was lost.
When will she be able to recover?
It's hard to say. It's possible that she won't be able to recover in her lifetime.
Miss Emily, Stella Ross is not dead, but she lost all her previous memories. Well,
further actions will expose ourselves, since she has lost her memory. There is no threat to me. You have to keep an eye on her, and never let her ruin my plan.
Got it.
Stella, it's because Emily wants to harm you, that you pretend to have amnesia.
Emily has now replaced me as the president's wife of the Brown Group. I don't have any evidence that she wanted to harm me, so I can't call the police. I couldn't get in touch with Durant Brown either, so I can only pretend to have amnesia and prevent her from hitting me again.
Is that how she pretended to use your identity?
Of course not. Although Garrett Brown and I have a flash marriage and are not familiar enough with each other, I believe that, as long as he sees me, Emily will show her true color. You just wait and see how I expose Emily.
Stella Ross. Since you've lost your memory, then it's better for you not to remember it in your lifetime.
Stella?
Gerant?
I just called your name. Why aren't you reacting?
I'm not used to it. Gerant? Actually, people who are close to me call me by my nickname, Emily. You can also call me Emily in the future.
Okay.
Durant, why is your hand covered in rashes?
I didn't have any allergies before, but why am I allergic to her again?
Are you all right, Garrett?
I'm fine. I still have work to do. I'm leaving.
You have been too busy this week and didn't go to the hospital. The doctor said that you need to go there in person to find out the cause of the allergy.
I see.
You've just rested for a week for recuperation. Are you going so soon? For an interview in the Brown group?
I've already recovered. Gerent's information is all confidential. I can't get in touch with him. Having an interview is the fastest way to see him. If I delay any longer, unexpected incidents might happen.
All right, take care of yourself. If anything happens, tell me at any time.
Don't worry, Grandma.
Doctor, Mr. Brown isn't allergic to Mrs. Brown before at all. Why does he have this allergy suddenly? It's a strange symptom. He may have unpredictable allergy. Over again and again, I have to observe him further to find out the reasons.
I see.
What bad luck. You've just gotten married. Will you have to abstain from sex for the rest of your life because of allergy?
You're very tight-lipped. I think you can go to the company to work overtime, so that you can have more chit-chat.
Don't! No, Mr. Brown. You can't use me so mercilessly.
Hello? I'm here to interview for the post of artifact restorer.
Mrs. Brown, why are you here?
What did you say? Stella is going to the Brown group for an interview. Find an excuse to eliminate her. I absolutely can't let her. See Garrett easily.
My name is Stella Ross. I graduated from Qingbei University. I majored in antique repairing. Today I am.
You're eliminated!
You haven't even finished reading my portfolio. Why should I be eliminated?
Let me tell you the truth. There's something wrong with your look. Mrs. Brown is offended, so you have to leave.
It seems that Emily already knew that I was coming. She is afraid. Offend? Let me see Mr. and Mrs. Brown. Mr. Brown will tell if it's offending.
Who do you think you are? You don't deserve to see Mr. and Mrs. Brown. Get lost.
Why are you here?
Gerent Brown, I finally found you.
Honey?
Why do you look exactly the same? Who's Stella?
Me? Honey, I'm your wife. You've got the wrong person. Didn't I tell you to call me Emily?
You look exactly the same. Even the names are the same.
Ah, this is my old classmate, Stella, right? When we were in high school, we had the same name and surname. But now, how can you still have plastic surgery just to look like me?
You really know how to distort facts.
I got it. You must know now that I am the president's wife of the Brown Group. So you want to impersonate me. Stella, why are you still imitating me and snatching my stuff?
I didn't, Garrett Brown.
Stella, you can't be a copycat. Ah.
Be careful, Emily. What are you doing?
You won't disbelieve me because there is a woman who looks exactly like me, will you?
Don't worry, absolutely not. How dare you pretend to be my wife?
I didn't. Wait a minute. If I expose now without any memory loss, Geraint Brown obviously doesn't believe me. Then I will be in a passive position? How do I know you've changed your name? Do you dare to? Show us your household registration?
Marriage is based on the household registration. Can it be fake? Honey, I didn't lie to you. Otherwise I'll die and we'll have a very miserable death.
Well, Emily, aren't you afraid of death?
Enough. Miss Ross, I only trust my wife. You're here to sow discord and impersonate my wife. Let me tell you something impossible.
It's okay that Geraint Brown did not recognize his true wife, actually. He trusted Emily so much.
Mr. Brown, Miss Ross is here for an interview for the position of artifact restorer. But in reality, she wants to pretend to be the president's wife. I've already seen through it. I am about to drive her out. Well?
The Brown Group will never let such a malicious person in. Drive her out.
Geraint Brown, you'll regret it if you do this to me.
Do it.
I'll walk on my own.
Stella Ross hasn't even said now. She's Geraint Brown's wife. It seems that she had indeed lost her memory.
What a jerk.
Are you all right, Geraint?
I'm fine. Doesn't hurt.
Geraint met two women who looked exactly the same and had the same name. I pointed out that there was something wrong with her name, but it never occurred to him that it was wrong. Had I known earlier that you only have a pretty face, I wouldn't have married you. I thought you could tell. The difference between Emily and me I didn't expect. You're an idiot.
Stella stamped on me so hard.
Mr. Brown, the company is holding a team building. Mrs. Brown has already gone there. Will you go as well?
Yes, I'll go over later. I'll introduce her to the company's employees, in case some fakes will impersonating her identity.
Okay. Oh, by the way, Mr. Brown, Miss Ross looks exactly the same as Mrs. Brown. Even their names are the same. Is this really a coincidence?
Didn't Emily say? Stella just wants to impersonate her. However, her acting skills were too poor. I saw through her, and she got angry from embarrassment. It takes all sorts to make a world. Don't mention her to me again.
Yes, Mr. Brown. By the way, Mr. Brown, there's a precious ancient painting destroyed at the Zhang family right now. They urgently needed a professional artifact restorer, Mr. Zhang said. As long as we can find someone to repair the ancient painting, they will consider all their industrial chains cooperating with our group first.
Is there anything else?
No.
Have you found the qualified artifact restorer?
We interviewed a large number of people. There was only one suitable candidate.
Then hire this person. Do you need me to tell you?
The only suitable candidate is Stella Ross, who was kicked out by you just now.
Find someone new. Recruit someone else. Such a woman is not allowed to work in our company.
Yes. Oh, by the way, Mr. Brown, the team building is set at Maple Hotel. Driving over there will take 2 hours, but you have an appointment with a client. What should I do?
You go and entertain the client. I'll go to the Maple Hotel. Got it?
Yes, Mr. Brown.
Go.
I am driven out before I have a chance to succeed. It doesn't matter. I'll definitely get Geraint to know who is his real wife.
Are you all right?
Geraint.
Stella. Why are you here? You ran into my car yourself just to attract my attention, right?
No. Don't be so narcissistic, okay? You were the one who ran into me. Compensate me.
Fill in the number yourself.
You'd better keep your words. 900,009,999?
How greedy. You're asking for too much, Stella Ross. You're such a gold digger.
You told me to fill in a number. What's wrong? Can't you, a president, even take a joke like this?
My money is only for my wife. As for someone like you, don't even think about getting a penny.
Geraint Brown? What if I say I'm your wife? Emily is...
Miss Ross, stop trying to sow discord. Can't I recognize my wife? Am I a fool?
Remember what you said? Don't regret it in the future?
Step aside. Don't disturb me from going to team building.
Team building? Is Emily there?
Of course. In this team building, I'll officially introduce my wife to my employees. Otherwise, there would be someone to impersonate her identity.
Where is the team building?
It's none of your business. I won't tell you. At Maple Hotel on the Sweet Road. I won't let a person like you come in.
What a fool. Mr. Brown, we can watch the team building, right? I want to broaden my horizons as well.
Stay away from me. I have to stay away from a person with malicious intentions like you. If you want to broaden my horizons, go home and watch TV series?
Durant Brown. I'll draw a circle and curse you. When you drive halfway, the car will break down. You will be frozen to death. Grandma, come to Maple Hotel. Please do me a favor. He doesn't want me to come, but I have to. It's a good chance to expose Emily in public about her impersonation.
Ricky Brown, my car broke down. Arrange a car to pick me up.
Mr. Brown, the location you sent is rather remote. I guess you should wait at least for an hour. Please take a look. Is there a car passing by for you to hitch a ride?
If there is a car, do I need to call you?
Oh, isn't this Mr. Brown? What a cold day. Why did you get out of the car? Could it be that you want to take a walk for team building?
Hurry up and arrange trailer. Well? My car broke down. I can't find a car. Take me there for a ride.
This car really broke down. Good heavens.
I'll give you money. Take me to the Maple Hotel.
It's not convenient, Mr. Brown. You're married. How can you sit on the scooter of a woman with ulterior motives like me? And you're not my boss. Why should I give you a ride?
All right, I'll offer you a job at the Brown Group. You can participate in this team building.
But I suddenly don't want to work in your company anymore unless you apologize to me.
You. Okay, I'm sorry, okay?
That's more like it. Then I'll take the plunge and join your company, but if I take you to the place of team building, you have to pay another price for it.
I'll give you 10,000 for your ride.
Let me see. 50,000, no bargain?
50,000? A ride in your crap? Your scooter will cost 50,000?
Although my car is crap, you're expensive. Take such an expensive person. Of course I want this price.
Stella, don't push your luck.
You don't want to pay? Then walk on your own? A warm reminder, you are 3 kilometers from your destination.
Hey. Okay, 50,000 it is.
Hey, wait a minute. Transfer or cash?
Transferred to you.
All right. Mr. CEO, please get on the scooter. Come on, get down and I'll drive.
Your backseat? Seems to be only 80 centimeters. I can't sit down. How can I let you take me? I'll take you.
You really want to save your face? Fine, you drive. Do you know how to drive?
Are you kidding me? I know everything. Get on it.
Can you hurry up?
I'm already very fast.
Are you fast? Come after me.
Durant Brown. It's okay you can't drive at lightning speed. You can't even surpass a wheelchair? You can't do it, can you?
Who says I can't?
All right. Then hurry up. Just twist it hard.
Sit tight.
Great, now I know how lame you're.
I usually drive 4 wheels. It's not surprising that I can't handle 2 wheels.
You're injured.
Yes. It's only a minor wound. It's not a big deal. What are you doing?
Treat the wound for you.
No need.
Does it hurt?
No.
If it hurts, just tell me. What's the point of saving your dignity?
A real man never give in to pain. Ouch. It hurts.
Oh, don't move. If you don't clean it up, it will get infected. I told you not to move.
What's going on? It has been more than 10 seconds. How could it be that I don't have an allergy at all?
Does it still hurt now?
No. Actually, I think I'm fine without it.
Cut the crap? All right. We're going to be late for the team building. Get on my scooter quickly.
I'm a man. How can I let you drive me?
I drive pigs, donkeys. A man is not a big deal. Be quick. Sit tight.
Hey, slow down.
Hey, you can't park here, drive it away.
Push the scooter over there and park it.
Me?
Yes, you're a man. You should be the one to do such a thing. I'm leaving now. Come on.
How can you treat your boss like this?
Mrs. Brown, you're so beautiful. You are as delicate and charming as a flower. Without doubt, Mrs. Brown is beautiful. That's why Mr. Brown is fascinated. Oh, Mrs. Brown, your husband loves you so much. He even brings you to the company's team building. In my opinion, he wanted to announce to the whole world that he is married to you.
Don't flatter me.
This is not flattery. You're married to the owner of the Brown Group. Half of the Brown Group belongs to you. We will have to rely on you in business.
Is Brown Group having a team building here today? Hello everyone, I'm Stella Ross.
How could she look exactly like President's wife? Her name is also Stella Ross. I've seen her before yesterday. She came to the company for an interview, but she seemed to be personally eliminated by Mr. Brown.
This is the Brown Group's private room of team building. You went to the wrong room, didn't you?
I didn't. I am a newly hired employee of the Brown Group as an artifact restorer.
If my memory serves me right yesterday, you were eliminated by Durant. It's not appropriate to come and pester him, right?
Yeah, lady. The Brown Group is not a place that layabouts can easily enter if they want to. If you don't have the ability, why don't you go outside and apply for a job at other small companies? You always want to forcibly stay in the Brown Group. You do have any intentions, don't you? You're trying to seduce Mr. Brown by looking like his wife, right? That's why you're so persistent to stay here.
Indeed, someone is trying to seduce Durant Brown. But it isn't me. Have you all seen it? This is the offer letter personally sent to me by the president of the Brown Group. I'm not eliminated.
Stella, you used this plastic surgery face and the same name as me to replace me, but Durant personally exposed this. Many people in the company knew about this matter. You don't have to lie to yourself, do you?
It turned out to be a fake who was driven away by the president. Ha ha ha. Hey, fake, you were exposed for lying in front of Mrs. Brown. Wouldn't you feel ashamed? She's thick-skinned, otherwise she wouldn't have shamelessly come here to lie.
Stella, I've given you a chance. If you don't leave, then I'll have to ask you to leave. Guard!
Mr. Brown is here. Hello, Mr. Brown.
You're finally here, Durant. I've been waiting for you for a long time.
Just now? What are you doing?
Here's the thing, Stella was eliminated by you. She just lied, that you personally hired her.
She didn't lie, and indeed I personally hired her.
So she is really hired by you personally.
Why, Durant? You know, she had ulterior motives towards you.
Mr. Brown, Stella Ross, looks exactly like your wife and has the same name. She clearly wants to seduce you and become your wife. That's right, Mr. Brown. How can you recruit such a person to work in the company and make your wife feel wronged?
Even you feel wronged?
It's okay, Durant. Don't worry about me.
Don't worry. You are my legal wife, no matter how similar you look. She won't replace you either. There wouldn't be anyone around to shake your position, all right? Let's continue.
No matter what you want to do, I'm his real wife. Durant will always stand on my side.
Is that so? Let me see if you can still say this sentence later. Ah, my jade pendant.
It is an heirloom, which has always been passed down only to the daughter-in-law of the Brown family. I'll give it to you now. This is the heirloom I gave to my wife on the day of our wedding. Why is it here?
Durant, don't be fooled by her. The jade pendant you gave me is here.
Emily is really good at acting. She even forged the jade pendant.
Why do you have exactly the same jade pendant?
I found it strange as well. Why is my jade pendant the same as your heirloom?
I see. Mrs. Brown's is true and yours must be fake? Stella, how can you say you're innocent? It might be an accident that you share the same name and face? With Mrs. Brown, however, now you even forged the jade pendant that Mr. Brown gave to Mrs. Bruin. Your schemes are too evident. You're using every means possible to become Mrs. Brown?
Is that so?
You've been with me for so long, don't you know what kind of person I am?
Stella! You once snatched away the man I loved and my trophy. Do you want to steal my identity and husband now?
Are you insane? When did I steal anything from you? I got it with my own effort.
To put it nicely, it may be, in fact, you're just stealing things from her? Yes, if it wasn't for some ulterior motive, why is your jade pendant the same as Mrs. Brown's?
Stella, I need you to give me a reasonable explanation.
Can't you recognize your own heirloom? Are you blind?
Durant, I know that there will be a lot of people trying to get you, but Stella not only has the same name and face as me, but also forged the jade pendant you gave me. This really makes me shudder. Durant, can you fire her?
Ah, Stella, are you having a team building here?
Grandma, why are you here?
I heard that. My grandson-in-law's company is holding a team building. I came especially to see him. Ah, Durant, you look exactly the same. As the photo, you're so handsome.
Madam, have you mistaken me for someone else? I'm not your grandson-in-law?
This is my husband, old lady. Don't talk nonsense.
I'm telling the truth. Look, this is Stella's marriage certificate.
Stella Ross. Stella Ross and Mr. Brown are a couple.
It turned out that you're my wife.
Yes.
Look, the marriage certificate and photos are all here.
Disgusting, what a shame. Shameless.
Durant, this is photoshopped. Our marriage certificate is here. Don't you believe the real certificate, but believe the photo that appeared out of nowhere? Name: Geraint Brown Constellation. Aquarius certificate number: JHTZLZ1.
You're so heartless. It turns out that Stella's marriage certificate was stolen by you. Durant, let's check it out now. Let's see how many lies this wicked woman has told.
Enough.
Geraint Brown, what are you yelling for?
Stella Ross, not only did you forge jade pendant and marriage photo, but now you're instigating your grandma to lie with you. A scheming woman like you even wants to replace Emily. Let me tell you something. Dream on.
I'm a schemer.
What else? Don't think that. I hired you because I thought highly of you. I'm already married in this life. Don't think.
Seriously, what's going on with you?
Grandma, actually, I'm not married. I photoshopped this photo to prevent you from urging me to get married.
What?
Stella!
Emily, you and I have never gotten along from the start. If you really stole my husband, I wouldn't have tolerated you until now. I just want to disgust you. I will never marry Geraint Brown, who is disgusting. Let's go.
See, as I said, it's photoshopped. It seems that Stella Ross lost her memory indeed. Otherwise, with her personality, how could she give up so easily?
What's going on? Didn't you call me over here to help you to expose the identity of Emily? Why do you suddenly change your mind?
Grandma, Geraint Brown can't tell who is his wife. He doesn't believe me. Since he believes in Emily, then I'll let him suffer, experience what it feels like to be used.
Emily has already harmed you once. This time, you grabbed all the attention in such a big way. Will she harm you again?
It's okay, Grandma. I've dispelled her doubt. And I'm in such high profile now if something happens to me. She is the first to be suspected. She doesn't dare to kill me, rest assured.
As long as you know what's going on. I'm relieved.
Then you should go back first?
I'll go out.
Stella, today we had some conflicts, but because you are an employee of the Brown Group, I forgive you. I hope that in the future, you will work hard at the Brown Group.
Forgive me?
Stella, Mrs. Brown toasts you. How dare you not drink? Don't be so shameless.
So dizzy. Why am I hot and dizzy?
I've already fed Stella the medicine. Find a man for her. I'll ruin her reputation. She will never be able to rise again.
Stella.
Let go of me.
The door is locked.
Who is it? Is anyone there? I'll beat you to death. Durant?
Stella.
Sorry? I didn't know it was you. I thought it was the bad guy who kidnapped me. That was why I hit you so hard. If I knew it was you, I'll hit gently.
Gently? You really want to hit me?
Sorry, I didn't do it on purpose.
Don't use this face to make this expression. Don't even think about seducing me.
Would you stop being such a narcissist?
They look exactly the same, but their personalities are vastly different. One is gentle and virtuous. The other only knows how to stir up trouble.
Durant Brown, are you comparing me?
With Emily? Do you deserve to be compared with Emily?
I don't deserve it? You two are the best match, okay?
Who on earth did you offend? Why did they kidnap you and lock you up in this room again?
How would I know?
In my eyes, that person's actions were swift and decisive. It must have been planned in advance. Think about it carefully. Who have you offended recently?
What should I do? I feel hot and dizzy.
Stella Ross. It's so hot. You? It was the same last time? What's going on? I'm actually not allergic to her. Stella, calm down, calm down. You must have eaten something bad. Wait a minute. Ricky, call a doctor to Maple Hotel immediately. What are you doing, I'm married. Don't seduce me.
Get out.
The doors and windows were tightly shut. I can't get out. I'll stay away from you. Watch out.
Stay away from me. They have always said that. I'm up to no good. If something really happens between us, what will they say? I'll use cold water. She has been drenched in cold water for half an hour and still didn't seduce me.
Looks like I misunderstood her. Are you all right?
I'm fine. The effects of the medicine are almost gone. I just feel a little cold.
Well, what are you doing? Lie down. Wait for the doctor. You can close your eyes and rest first.
I saw it with my own eyes. Stella and that man entered the room. It turns out she left so early to seduce a man. Let's catch her in the act. Let Mr. Brown see what she is. Stella, everyone is in team building. You're having an affair here. Let me take a look. Which man are you fooling around with? Mr. Brown.
Playboy? Are you talking about me?
No?
Durant? You and Stella Ross?
Don't misunderstand, someone was plotting against me. So locked me and Stella Ross together.
Well, I see.
Ricky Brown.
Mr. Brown! This?
Thoroughly investigate what happened tonight. I'd like to see who doesn't want to stay in Mississippi. How dare this person scheme against me?
Got it!
Call the doctor over. Tonight. Let her sleep here.
Got it!
Let's go.
This Geraint Brown is still a man?
Miss Ross, the doctor said you're fine. Mr. Brown said, if you wake up and feel comfortable, then hurry back to the company.
I really shouldn't praise this man. What a stinky capitalist.
I think it must have been Stella Ross who orchestrated some conspiracy to seduce Mr. Brown into the room last night. What a despicable and shameless woman. Why did Mr. Brown recruit such people into the company, madam? You must be careful. Don't let Stella Ross have a chance to seduce Mr. Brown.
Geraint is also a proud man. Not everyone can catch his eye. Also, I don't think Stella Ross can stay in the Brown group for a long time. What do you think?
Don't worry, madam. I dislike Stella Ross for a long time. I'll spare no effort to drive her away.
I can't believe I'm really working at the Brown group for Durant's sake.
The proposal I mentioned last time?
Mr. Brown, why is Mrs. Brown here?
She behaves so frivolously. Obviously, she is Stella.
But they look exactly the same. How does Mr. Brown distinguish them?
What are you looking at?
Nothing at all?
Then why are you blushing?
I'm not blushing.
Oh. Can it be that you haven't given up on me? Stella, be sober. We're impossible.
It's you that should be sober, Geraint.
She asked me to be sober,
Geraint, I didn't see you when I woke up this morning. It turns out you're here at the company.
Yes.
Miss Ross, the artifact restoration department is over there. Here is the president's office.
I know that?
Since you know it, go back to work. Don't come here again, young people. Had better focus on making money. Don't think about taking shortcuts. Don't even think about winning your boss' favor overnight by some despicable means.
Oh my God, how did you have the face to say those words to me? You might want to remind yourself of that.
You?
Is this the way you speak with my wife? Is this your attitude?
What an idiot being taken advantage without even knowing it.
She called me an idiot.
Mr. Brown, she's scolding you.
Geraint.
This is outrageous. Deduct her salary. Double.
Mr. Brown!
Tear down this door too?
Geraint, are you all right?
Why are you here today?
I'm worried about you, Geraint. Stella looks so much like me. Will you have other feelings for her?
Don't worry, even if she is. The only woman left in the word, I won't have any feelings towards her other than disgust.
I believe in you.
Well, see who's back. I heard that someone was hanging around the CEO's office early in the morning. The wish to seduce a man is really obvious. So what? She was still scolded by Mr. Brown. Some people just don't know what was good for them, always overestimating themselves, Mr. Brown. Is the golden dragon flying in the sky? Naturally, he should be matched by a golden phoenix like Mrs. Brown, one toad in the mud, wants to hook up with a golden dragon? You really overestimate yourself.
Dragon and Phoenix? Then what are you guys?
We know what we are. We know that we are not a dragon or phoenix. But at least we are the best among birds, like peacocks, right? That's right.
So this office is full of animals, and I'm the only human.
You? You, how dare you scold us? Believe it or not, I'll teach you a lesson now.
In a society ruled by law, it's not good to fight, is it? You can scold others if you want. If someone scolds you, you feel overwhelmed. A man shouldn't be so sensitive.
Stella Ross, you just wait and see. Madam, how dare Stella Ross be so unscrupulous? We have to think of a way to teach her a good lesson. But we don't have any leverage against Stella Ross.
Why do we need leverage? Do you know how to Photoshop?
She is Stella Ross. It's shameless.
What a shame. If it were me, I can't stay here any longer.
Work.
Who did this?
Stella, you still have the face to come to the company? It were me, I'd dig a hole in the ground and never come out again. Hey. Stella, you're so open-minded, you've had an affair with so many men.
You made these photos, didn't you?
Since you've done so many shameless things, I make it public for everyone to know what's wrong with that. Stella, I advise you to resign as soon as possible. The Brown Group can't tolerate someone so shameless like you. You hit me.
If you dare to say one more word, I'll give you another slap. I've never done such things. Why do you ask me to resign?
You didn't do it. Then where did these photos come from? Fight with me? You're still too young.
Where is Geraint?
Mr. Brown is inside, Miss Ross. Mr. Brown doesn't want anyone to disturb him.
Get out of the way.
Hey, Miss Ross, Miss
Geraint.
Ross!
You have to be responsible for me.
Is this me in the photo?
I came to work for the Brown Group just for you.
Make it clear. What do you mean by this? Don't talk like I am an irresponsible and heartless man.
You're?
Stella Ross, do you think that I don't dare to fire you?
I mean that I came to work. In the Brown Group on your request. I'm suffering from this sort of filth now. You must be responsible for clearing my name.
This has nothing to do with me.
Geraint Brown.
Stella Ross, I've paid you so much per month. This is a private matter. Can't you handle it? I'll think that the money is spent in vain. She is too young. I understand it, Ricky Brown. Ask the security department and technology department to cooperate fully with Stella Ross to find out the truth.
Tut, Mr. Brown, you are sharp-tongued and soft-hearted. Why don't you tell Stella earlier?
The African branch is still in need of a secretary. Want to go?
I'll arrange it right away.
Stella Ross, why do you speak so self-righteously towards me? I seem to have done something wrong to her. Did I really do anything wrong to her?
I haven't seen Stella Ross for the whole afternoon. Hasn't she resigned? All of her secrets had been revealed. She did such a shameless thing. How can she stay in the company?
I guess the ones who feel ashamed to stay in the company are you.
Mr. Brown, if you care about Miss Ross, just ask her frankly, what are you sneaking around for?
You still have the face to come.
I told you I didn't do that. Why wouldn't I dare to come? You asked someone to tamper my photo. Here is the evidence. Here is the video that recorded your conversation with the photo editor. It sounds very clear. You asked him to make the photo real. You want to ruin my reputation, and this is the photo, showing you putting up photos around the office. All the evidence is here. What else do you have to say?
All? These photos turn out to be fakes? Even if you have the evidence, so what? Mrs. Brown is backing me up. Half of the Brown group belongs to Mrs. Brown. As long as Mrs. Brown backs me, what can you do to me?
I don't care. If she is backing you up, for me, I want revenge.
How dare you hit me?
This is only the beginning. There is a lot more for you. I slapped you because you spread rumors about your colleagues. We're all from the same company. What kind of grudges do I have with you? And this slap? Because you spread pornographic rumors.
I'm your senior. How dare you treat me like this? Do you believe it or not? I'll tell Madam now.
Believe what?
Mr. Brown.
Durant Brown. As an employee, I have already proven my innocence. As the boss, you should also protect the rights and interests of your employee.
You're fired.
Mr. Brown, you can't fire me. I listened to the madam's words, so...
I paid you to work for me, not for the madam?
Pack up your things and leave now.
You ask for it.
Stella Ross?
What?
Have we met before?
Oh ho, do this, stupid man. Recognize me. Why do you ask that?
Because? Because you always look like I owe you 8 million yuan. Do we used to have any grudge? Tell me if there is, I can solve it with money.
I really shouldn't have expected anything from you. You're just a donkey.
A donkey? What? Hey, how dare you insult your boss? Ricky, you. I'll deduct your salary.
The one who got married to Durant is not me? If the truth is exposed, I won't get anything. But if Durant and I have sex, and I get pregnant, the Brown family will admit me, for the child's sake. Durant.
What are you doing?
Durant, we've been married for so long, shall we consummate our marriage tonight?
Let go of me first.
Durant? What's the matter?
Did you ask people to make up and speed rumors about Stella?
Durant, why are you asking this?
You don't have to explain. That person already told me about it. But I'm curious. You have no feud with Stella. Why do you hate her so much?
It's all because you treat Stella Ross too special, Durant. That Stella Ross, she looks exactly like me, and she always wanders around outside the president's office. It is clear that she has a purpose for you. Why can't you see clearly, Durant, as your legal wife? Is there anything wrong that I use some appropriate means to strike down that potential mistress?
Spreading rumors in the company is no longer the suitable means.
But I'm anxious. We've been married for so long. You didn't even touch me. Of course, I lose my confidence. To this marriage, I did all of this because I care too much about you. I'm afraid of losing you, Durant. I love you. But you're indifferent to me. I'm so scared.
Emily, we've just got married. How could I fall in love with you so quickly?
I really love you. From the moment I saw you, I fell in love with you. It must be you. Durant, we're not young anymore. It's time for us to have a child. Why don't we?
What's wrong with you? Is there anything uncomfortable?
Nothing. Just a little disgusting.
I'll take you to the hospital. Let's go.
Stella Ross? Even if the person Geraint married is you. So what? Now all Geraint thinks about is me. You can't take him away from me?
The report came out. Let's ask the doctor.
God.
Doctor, what's wrong with my wife?
Congratulations, your wife is pregnant.
Are you sure she's really pregnant?
Doctor, did you see it wrong? Or perhaps there was something wrong with the instrument.
How is this possible? It is clearly shown on the B ultrasound report. You're 1 month pregnant.
Geraint, I can explain.
Since we got married? We've never been intimate, I'd like to know. How come you have been pregnant for 1 month?
It's my ex-boyfriend's baby. Before I got the marriage certificate with you, I just broke up with my ex-boyfriend. Geraint, I didn't betray you. I didn't cheat on you. Believe me?
Stop. I hate it most when people lie to me tomorrow morning. We'll go get a divorce.
Geraint. I don't have Stella Ross's ID card. If we go to divorce now, I will definitely be exposed. Not to mention that, I can't let go such a big fish like Geraint Brown.
What's the matter?
Mr. Brown, Ghislaine Group's Cultural Relics project has some problems. Mr. Ghislaine asked you to go to Richton as soon as possible.
Now?
Yes, Mr. Ghislaine said just in case. You'd better bring a senior artifact restorer with you, okay? I know?
Who is it in the middle of the night?
Go to Richton with me. Business trip.
Now. Geraint Brown, even if you want to exploit me, let's wait until dawn. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. Couldn't you please be a bit more considerate? Mr. Brown, don't you have a lovely wife at home? Abandoning your sweet wife for a business trip at midnight, you can't be... Geraint Brown, what are you doing?
Car. Broke down?
What? The car broke down again. What should we do now?
In the wilderness, we can't find any trailer in a short while.
Geraint Brown.
Ghost.
Seriously, Geraint Brown, you, the CEO of a major company, are scared out of your wits by a ghost? If this gets out, people will laugh their heads off.
Oh. Stella? I never hit a woman.
Don't force me to break the rule. Do all CEOs talk like you? What kind of lousy car is this? It's not as useful as a scooter. It often breaks down.
Let's leave the car here. And find a hotel to stay in.
Geraint Brown, if you dare throw up on me, I'll rip your head off. Hello, I want 2 rooms.
You want 2 rooms.
Could it be that? The usual plot of the TV series? There's only 1 room left, right?
Hey. No. Our hotel currently has exactly 2 rooms left. Come here, take it.
Thank you so much.
I thought you two came in the middle of the night. You must have a good relationship and want to open a room.
Well, hell no, he's married and afraid of being discovered by his wife. so we can only keep a low profile.
Wow, what kind of person is this? How could she say such shameless words?
Geraint Brown, you've gone too far. Let go of me. I didn't say anything wrong. Didn't you say you wanted to avoid arousing suspicion? Geraint Brown, you?
It is getting late. Good night.
Geraint Brown, you'll regret. Ah, finally, I can have a good rest. Who is there?
Stella, what are you doing?
Geraint. Why did you get into a girl's room in the middle of the night? Confess yourself now.
The window in my room is broken, there is wind and rain, there are no other rooms in the hotel.
Mr. Brown, you're not scared, are you?
Scared? That's funny.
Why? Don't you need to stay away from me? But I have designs on you, you know it. Now you come to me late at night, I'm afraid I can't hold it in?
Stella, you're still young, calm down, please.
Ah, a woman at 25 is at her peak of desire. How can I calm down?
Stella, if you pounce on me, I'll call the police.
Forget it. I am just joking with you. Geraint, are you in a bad mood today?
Stella made me forgot all about my bad mood.
What's wrong? Have you quarreled with your wife?
I wonder. Why, she is different from the first time I met her.
We are two people in the first place. How can it be the same?
Tell me, how can a woman change so fast?
Perhaps it's not even a change. It's another woman.
Stop teasing me.
Durant, I'll give you another chance. Take a good look at me. Who am I?
Stella, let me tell you again. I'm already married. Please conduct yourself with dignity. If you behave in this way again, I don't mind. Hiring a new artifact restorer?
Geraint, you would rather think of me as someone who interfered in someone else's marriage than think of me in some other way. Geraint, if I had known you're so stupid earlier, I shouldn't have...
You shouldn't have what?
I shouldn't have married you in such a flash. I shouldn't have gone here with you.
Where are you going?
I'm afraid that you will say, I'm stepping in your marriage. I'd better stand away to avoid misunderstanding.
I didn't mean that.
Stella, if Geraint doesn't recognize you, what are you going to do? In my opinion, if a man cannot even tell who his wife is, no matter how outstanding or powerful he is not a good enough. You'd better get divorced as soon as possible.
I'll divorce him after exposing Emily, in case I should be pissed off by him.
Hello, Mrs. Brown.
Ricky?
Mrs. Brown,
Why didn't I see Geraint?
Mr. Brown went to a business trip with Miss Ross
With Miss
last
Ross
night?
last night? Stella Ross? How could it be Stella Ross? Geraint Brown is already dissatisfied with me now, if something happens between him and Stella Ross again. No way. I can't let Stella Ross seize everything from me. I must take risks. Help me kill someone.
She couldn't have gone out to sleep, could she?
What are you looking for?
I'm just hanging around. I don't find anything, right? I found a car. Let's go to Richton.
Go on your own. I don't want to serve you anymore.
Stella Ross?
Mr. Brown, didn't you ask me to behave myself and want to have another artifact restorer? Then go find someone else. Breakfast is $16. Remember to cover the expenses.
Did I speak too harshly last night?
The receptionist of the hotel said that last night 2 people checked in. A man drove away. Mr. Brown is so rich that he shouldn't have driven such a shabby car. The person inside must be Stella Ross. Geraint Brown? How could it be Geraint Brown? Hello, Mrs. Brown. Something bad happened.
Geraint, wake up, Geraint. Hello, 911. My husband had a car accident. Please come over quickly. Geraint, wake up, Geraint. Doctor, how is he?
Fortunately, he was delivered in time. It is just a slight concussion. If it's any later, something bad might happen. Even if you want to, get him out of the car. You can't use brute force. You want your arm or not. Come with me to treat your wound.
Thank you, doctor. Hello, 911. My husband had a car accident. Please come over quickly.
You're finally awake. I was so worried.
Why are you here?
I'm worried about you. I know you're on a business trip, and I miss you so much, so I secretly followed you. I never thought something so serious would happen to you.
You woke up so soon. Aren't you treating your injury? You finished it so quickly?
What kind of injury did you take care of?
You have to thank your wife. If she hadn't saved you in time, I'm afraid, you have died.
The doctor had mistaken her for someone else. Could it be that Stella Ross saved Geraint?
In order to save you, your wife pulled you out of the car, and her arm was injured. She lost a lot of blood. You married such a good wife, you have to cherish her.
In order to save me, you even injured your arm?
Geraint, you are everything to me, let alone an arm. Even if I have to give up my life, I'm willing to do it too.
Let me see.
The injury is too ugly. I don't want you to see me like this.
Geraint Brown, you woke up so soon.
Stella?
Why are you here?
Miss Ross, I know you admire Geraint. Geraint has rejected you many times. You must be unhappy with him. But he's your boss, your work partner. You went on a business trip together. How could you leave him alone to face danger?
I didn't.
Luckily, Geraint is fine. Otherwise, can you bear the consequences?
This has nothing to do with you?
Stella.
You're pregnant, don't be angry.
She's pregnant?
I'm already 1 month pregnant.
Stella. You can leave now?
What do you mean? I just saved you, now you're turning. You're back on me.
Stella, I used to think, although you are unruly and willful, you are still an upright girl who understands what's right and wrong. Now it seems that I'm wrong. Before I fainted, I clearly remembered the jade pendant I gave to my wife just now. The doctor also said, it was my wife who saved me, with all the evidence. How dare you lie and take credit for others' contribution? You're really shameless.
I'm shameless. We've known each other for so long. Do you always think of me as such a person?
You know very well what kind of a person you are.
Got it.
Stella Ross, what are you doing?
These 2 slaps are for me, Geraint Brown. I've misjudged you. You're such a fool, a big idiot in the future. If anything happens, don't come looking for me.
This crazy woman? Geraint, are you all right? Geraint, haven't you forgiven me yet? I didn't cheat on you before I met you. I was pregnant, don't worry. I'll terminate the pregnancy, Geraint. I really love you. In order to save you, I didn't even care my arms. Don't you believe me?
Don't think too much. Since you saved me, I won't mistreat you. You can give birth to the baby. As for other things, let's talk about it later.
Geraint! You're the best. I didn't expect my great crisis is solved so easily. Now Geraint believes that I saved him, Stella. You're not snatching him from me.
Mr. Brown, are you all right? Still breathing, arms both right, legs both right? Mr. Brown, are you out of your mind? I'm just worried about you, Mr. Brown. You survived from such a serious car accident. You're in luck?
Thanks to Emily.
It's so good you're safe and sound?
If your wife is pregnant with another man's child, will you divorce?
What the hell? Mr. Brown, are you serious?
All you need to do is answer my question.
If the two of us love each other, everything will not be a problem. However, if we don't love each other, even if she's pregnant with my child, we can hardly continue our relationship.
Love each other?
But Mr. Brown, you can't ask other such questions. People may think that your wife is pregnant with another man's child.
That's possible.
How is this possible? Madam's resume is personally investigated by me. I have thoroughly investigated the Madam's personality, interpersonal relationships, family background, and even 3 generations of ancestors. It is because Madam's family background is innocent. She is self-loving and she has no love history that I introduced her to you. You can doubt Madam's character, but you cannot question my workability.
No love history?
Of course.
You have no love relationships before?
Is it strange? I read the marriage website. You haven't had it too?
She had no love history. How could there be ex-boyfriends? How could she possibly be pregnant with her ex-boyfriend's child? I'm not allergic to Stella Ross. On the contrary, I am allergic to Emily, could it be? Ricky Brown, I need you to investigate something.
No problem.
Madam, do you like red wine? My uncle has a winery in Paris. If you want a drink, I can deliver it to you at any time.
Red wine? Recently, maybe I can't drink anymore, the doctor said. Pregnant woman has to quit drinking.
Madam, you're pregnant. This is great news, does Mr. Brown know? Is he overjoyed?
Geraint is also really looking forward to this child.
This is Mr. Brown's first child. Mr. Brown must be looking forward to it. By the way, Mr. Brown is so efficient. It's only been a month since you got married and you got pregnant.
Stella Ross, I know your feelings for Geraint. I also know that you want to take my credits for saving Geraint. I won't argue with you about this. I hope you can behave yourself in the future. Don't do anything out of line.
Madam, you're so kind. She is going to take Mr. Brown away from you. If it were me, I'd throw her out with a big club. How could you still tolerate her? That's right. No matter what you say with such a shameless person, it's useless. She dares to pretend to be you today, saying that she saved Mr. Brown. She'll say tomorrow that she is Mr. Brown's wife, a woman like her, who would pretend to be others, either by hook or by crook, for glory and wealth, is so shameless, you can't talk some sense into her.
Yes, for glory and wealth, the one who pretended to be another is indeed shameless, madam, don't you think so?
Stella Ross, you're the imposter, not Mrs. Brown. What's with your attitude? Anyway, Mr. Brown already knew who she really is. A few days later, Mr. Brown will throw her out. They have the same name, the same face, but have different fates. Stella Ross, a shameless person like you, is no match for the noble Mrs. Brown. I advise you to face reality. Don't have any other intentions.
It's not me who should recognize the reality, but you, being fooled by a fake and flattering her every day. I'm really worried about your IQs.
Stella, you...
As for Geraint Brown, I don't need to wait for him to fire me. I've wanted to quit a long time ago.
What kind of attitude was that? Mrs. Brown, you must tell Mr. Brown. Let Mr. Brown teach her a lesson. Anyway, she is about to be fired. She won't be around for many days. Leave her alone.
Did Stella remember something?
You've been in the company for so long but still haven't learned how to knock on the door? What's this?
A resignation letter. I quit.
Reason.
Do I need a reason? I don't want to work for you anymore. I'm annoyed to see you. Moreover, didn't you think that I was a shameless person and wanted to find another restorer? Isn't it just what you want me to do? I quit. From now on, the two of us will part ways.
Stand there. You. Your arm is injured.
It's none of your business.
You can't leave.
Mr. Brown is married. It's not appropriate for you to treat me like this.
I didn't mean that. What I want to say is that we have signed the contract. And if you want to resign, I won't approve of you today.
You?
If you really want to resign, you will have to pay a penalty of $3 million for breach of contract.
Durant Brown, you're a scoundrel I must have been blind to?
To what?
Fuck off.
Stand there. Keep it well.
In order to save you, your wife pulled you out of the car, and her arm was injured, bleeding a lot.
Stella Ross also injured her arm. Is it really as I guessed? Ricky Brown?
Mr. Brown?
Did you find out what I asked you to investigate? Did you find anything about my wife's ex-boyfriend?
I investigated Mrs. Brown's interpersonal relationships again at your command. I didn't find she had any ex-boyfriend, moreover. Her male friends are very few, Mr. Brown. There's some secrets you can't get to know just by investigating. If you want to know more information, let me arrange you to see Mrs. Brown's family. You can talk face to face.
Then make an appointment tonight.
Yes, Mr. Brown.
Geraint! Just now I saw. Miss Ross looks terrible. Did you chide her? Don't get angry at her and fire her because of me.
Has the wound on your arm recovered?
Yes, almost recovered.
But I heard from the doctor that there are a lot of wounds on your arm. It has only been 2 days. Do you recover so soon? Let me take a look.
Geraint, the wounds are very ugly. You'd better not to look at them now. What would you like to eat tonight? I'll cook for you, after you get off work. Let's have dinner together. What do you think?
You don't have to. I'm busy tonight. You can go home first.
But...
All right, I still have work to do. If there's nothing else, you can leave first. If her arm is really injured, how could she have the strength to cook?
Mr. Brown, I've already made an appointment with Mrs. Brown's family. She has arrived. She's over there.
Hello.
You're finally here, Geraint Brown.
Aren't you Stella's grandma?
Yes.
That's right. She is Mrs. Brown's family.
So, that day it was Stella Ross who had a flash marriage with me, and the one in my home is a fake Stella Ross.
When Emily was in school, she was just jealous of Stella's beauty, so she had plastic surgery to look exactly the same with Stella.
No wonder I'm allergic to Emily. No wonder Stella always says some strange words to me.
That is a hint from Stella. She didn't tell you directly. She just wants to see. When you can recognize her, I don't expect you to be so stupid. No wonder Stella is angry.
I'll look for Stella right now.
Too late. Stella has stayed with you for so long. You didn't even recognize her. Are you taking her? Seriously? Most importantly, you made Emily pregnant. Now Stella is completely disappointed in you.
What?
Now, she is preparing to resign while preparing to divorce. She's very busy. You'd better not to disturb her.
I won't divorce Stella.
What do you mean? Emily is pregnant. If you're not divorcing Stella, you want Stella to be a stepmother?
Emily is not pregnant with my child?
What?
I'll explain this matter to you later. I'll go find Stella first. I'll visit you later.
Who let you in? Let go of me. Geraint, you got the wrong person. I'm Stella, not your Emily.
Stella, I won't get it wrong again. It must have hurt when your arm was cut by the car window. That day.
Mr. Brown, you finally knew the truth? But whether it hurts or not has nothing to do with you?
I know everything, Stella. You are the one who got married to me on the 24th. You are the only woman in this world that I am not allergic to. You risked your life to save me. Stella, you're my wife.
After a month and 17 days, you finally recognized me. Good. Find a time to divorce.
Stella, I know I've made a lot of mistakes. I don't expect you to forgive me, but please give me a chance, okay? Emily is not pregnant with my child. When we were together, I've never touched her. I'm just not allergic to you. It's true. Believe me.
All right, I believe you, but it's only been a month. Emily cheated on you again.
She can't be considered cheating. But you can?
You want me to cheat on you?
How dare you? Stella, give me a chance. The pain and grievances you suffered in the past, I'll get it back for you.
Should I forgive Geraint Brown?
Stella Ross, how dare you stay here? You're really thick-skinned. What's wrong? You still haven't given up on seducing Mr. Brown? Stella Ross, are you done yet? Mr. Brown didn't fire you. He's doing this out of kindness for your sake. You really think too highly of yourself? Yes, let me tell you something. Mr. Brown is deeply in love with his wife. Moreover, his wife is pregnant with his child. You never have another chance in your life. Won't you want to seduce Mr. Brown when his wife is pregnant, Stella Ross? Shame on you.
I mean, you two don't have to work. Why are you so idle? If your imagination is so good, be a scriptwriter. What's wrong with you?
I have to think of a way to kick Stella Ross out of here, Miss Ross. Aren't you leaving? Geraint is very angry about impersonating my contribution. Thanks to my effort, he didn't drive you out of Mississippi, I thought. You know your place and will leave. I don't expect you.
I don't expect you. She's actually so thick-skinned. Stella Ross, why can't you figure it out? Although you look exactly like Mrs. Brown, your temperament and fate are completely different. She is noble as a swan. You are shameless as a toad. And this toad, yes, a toad, can never be able to replace her in your life, Stella Ross. Wake up. Stop daydreaming.
Is that so? Emily, are you sure it's because of you Geraint Brown didn't throw me out of Mississippi? Of course.
Is that so? Why don't I know?
Good. Mr. Brown is here. He'll definitely stand up for his wife and drive Stella away.
Geraint?
I've never said I wanted to drive Stella out of Mississippi. Emily, stop pretending I knew everything. Bring him up.
It's her. She's the one who asked me to kill Stella Ross. She said she wanted to replace Stella to become Mrs. Brown.
What are you talking about? I don't know you at all.
Stop pretending. Do you want me to? Bring your plastic surgeon and the father of your unborn child here before you admit it?
It is not true, Geraint.
Stella is my real wife. You took her place for so long. I will definitely make you pay the price, Ricky.
Yes?
Contact her plastic surgeon to restore her to her original appearance. Seeing her with this face, I feel bad for Stella. After plastic surgery, send her to the law enforcement agency for disposal according to regulations.
Yes?
Geraint, I am wrong. You can't do this to me. Geraint! Geraint!
How could Stella be, Mr. Brown?
Hey, the noble swan that you speak of has been taken away. Would you like to join her?
Mrs. Brown, in the past we were blind to the truth and got it wrong. Please forgive us.
I officially inform you now. Stella is my real wife. If you dare to bully my wife again, I will make sure you can no longer gain a foothold in Mississippi.
Yes.
Get back to work. Did I help you vent your anger?
Just okay.
Then, can you consider not getting a divorce?
Well, it all depends on your performance.
Stella, I'll treat you well in the future. I won't let you suffer any grievance.
Idiot!
Honey. Get up, honey. Get up and have breakfast.
Why do you get up so early?
Aren't we going to see Grandma today? I got up at 4 o'clock and packed up.
Don't waste your time. You only recognized me. Grandma is so angry after she knew this. You'll be in trouble soon.
Well, it's okay. Grandma will eventually know how much I love you. Well, honey, are we only going to visit Grandma today? Aren't we going to visit your mom?
My mother lives in Hattiesburg. It's far away from Mississippi. Let's go there another time.
All right, honey. Can you tell me more about your past? Then I can know more about you. What if one day you suddenly disappear? I'm afraid I can't find you. All right?
Idiot. But my family is very complicated. Are you sure you want to know? All of this starts with my mother, Vince Rice. I used to be an orphan, raised by my foster mother. Before the new year, my mom's been looking for me, ever since she found out she had the wrong baby.
What did you say? Cindy Rice is not my biological daughter?
Yes. I have investigated at the hospital where you gave birth not long after your own daughter was born. You mistook Cindy Rice for your daughter. I also found that.
What did you find? Say it.
Miss Cindy started silently, transferring your property 3 years ago.
Well. My daughter, whom I have been raising for over 20 years, is not actually my biological daughter, but a serpent informed them you must find my own daughter. I can never let a fake take away my daughter's life.
Got it.
Darling, have a drumstick.
No, I want to lose weight.
You needn't lose weight. Stella. What did you do? You're so clumsy. We didn't starve you. Why are you so ungrateful? Today, I'll let you know the rules. Stupid thing. Never do anything well. Let me give you. What are you doing? Why? Stella, what do you mean? I've adopted you for so many years. You're still wearing this shabby necklace. What do you mean? Do you want to find your parents by this lousy necklace? I'll teach you a lesson.
Mom, I didn't think so, Mom.
Say it. Do you know you're wrong?
Stop hitting her. The guests will be here in a while. You're doing business.
Well? Stella, if you're smart enough, get married to a rich man as soon as possible. Get some betrothal gifts back so that I can use it as your sister's dowry. In this case, I didn't brought you up for nothing all these years. Did you hear that?
Where are you now? I miss you so much.
Did you hear that?
All right.
Cut the crap. You spoiled this girl.
Mom!
Are you all right? You've just started working. You don't have much money? Sorry, I only have this little money. Take care of yourself?
Thank you, Dad.
Why do my heart sometimes skip a beat?
I must become a regular worker at Rice Group as soon as possible. I'll work hard to earn money and find my biological mother.
What's the matter with you?
I'm sorry.
Miss, are you all right? Miss, your hand is injured.
Well, I'm fine. I'm sorry I have troubled you. Why do I feel so intimate when I see her?
This girl's eyes look so much like my daughter's. My daughter should be this lovable if she has grown up.
Mrs. Rice, we should set off now.
Okay.
It's good that you're not hurt, sorry. Let's go.
The birthmark on that girl's arm looks exactly the same as my daughter's. Could it be? Mr. Davis, quick. Turn around quickly. Follow that girl immediately.
Yes.
I heard that. The painting restorer from that department hooks up with a rich man. Really? Look at her. What? The daughter of Mrs. Rice will work in artifact restoration department.
Hello. I'm the new employee of Artifact Restoration Department.
Get out of my way. Welcome, Miss Cindy. Hello, Miss Cindy, Miss Cindy. We've been waiting for you for a long time. Your presence in our department is truly an honor and a privilege.
Cindy Rice.
How dare you? You are not worthy of addressing Miss by her name.
Stella Ross. What a coincidence. You may not know, but she is the campus belle of our university, but why are you living such a miserable life? Come to my mom's company to be a small intern. It's such a waste of talent. Cindy, you? Stella Ross. In college, you stole my boyfriend and outshone me in every aspect. Rest assured I'll take good care of you.
Newcomer, a receptionist is needed in the hall. You step in.
I'm an artifact restorer, not a receptionist.
I am your leader. If you don't want to go, that's fine. Pack up your things and get lost immediately.
In order to leave the Ross family as soon as possible. Who brought the high heels?
Miss? Do you need my help?
Are you coming to the Rice Group for cooperation? Do you want me to take you to the office?
The cooperation is finished. Now it's time to talk about you, baby. You have such a good figure.
This gentleman. We are in a public place. If you stir trouble to Rice Group again, don't blame me for fighting back.
Why are you pretending to be pure? Aren't you the one Rice Group arranged for me on purpose?
Now, Stella has probably been brought to hotel by Mr. Frank and is sleeping with him.
Mr. Frank is so strong and he has millions of dollars. Stella Ross is so lucky. Right. Let Mr. Frank take 2 photos. I want everyone in the company to know that Stella Ross is shameless and immoral. Who on earth is the immoral and shameless one?
Stella Ross. Why don't you entertain the guest downstairs? What are you doing up here?
Cindy Rice. You're the one who want to ruin my reputation. It's me. So what? Stella Ross, how dare you hit me? You used dirty tricks on me. Even if I hit you, it would be considered light punishment. Seize her. Let go of me. So what if I ruin your reputation? I'm the daughter of Vince Rice, the richest woman. I'm the heiress of Rice Group. Even if I kill you, no one can control me. So what if she is the richest? Everyone was born equal. Don't rely on your background to cross the lines. Ha ha ha. Born equal. Then I'll tell you people are not all equal. What do you want? Aren't you the former campus belle? Today, I'll turn you into the whole company's joke. Cindy Rice. Actually, I can. Give you a chance. As long as you kneel down and beg me, I can also consider to let you go. I remember. Your adoptive mother's restaurant belongs to the Rice family, right? Kneel or not? It's up to you.
Stella Ross, didn't you hear that? If you kneel now, Miss Rice, could even be generous. If she changes her mind later, you won't have a chance. Haha, Miss Rice, there's really someone who don't even have a little dignity.
Are you satisfied now? No. I am a phoenix soaring through the 9 heavens and you are just an ugly toad. But I'm in a good mood today. I can teach you again what is high and low, what is noble and normal. Hold her down. Just now. You hit me with this hand. Then I'll cripple this hand. See how you can repair cultural relics in the future. Stab these needles into her fingers. Cindy Rice, how dare you? You're abusing me. The law enforcement agency will come to arrest you. Who in Hattiesburg would dare to arrest the heiress of Rice Group? Stella, you tried to steal and sell company secrets and refuse to confess. Stab now. I didn't. You're wrongly accusing me. I can't stand these bloody scenes. I'll have a cup of coffee. I hope that when I come back, she has already confessed. You won't disappoint me, right?
Rest assured, Miss Rice.
Ah, Cindy Rice. You will get your retribution. Retribution? Then I really want to see. What kind of retribution will it be? Stab all of needles into her fingers. Shout. Let go of me.
Aren't you quite arrogant in the morning? Today I'll let you know the consequences of offending your leader.
No.
Stop it! Stop. What are you doing? Young lady? Are you all right?
Old woman, if you don't want to go to jail, I advise you to mind your own business. Otherwise, we'll hit you as well.
Madam, you'd better leave now. She has the support of the Princess of Rice Group behind her, and we can't afford to provoke her.
Don't be afraid. Whoever came today dare not touch me.
Oh, old woman, how dare you? How dare you hit me? Do you know who I am?
Today, even if the Princess of Rice Group comes, I'll hit her as well.
How dare you insult the Princess of Rice Group? Cindy is the only daughter of Vince Rice, the richest man in Hattiesburg. You offended the Rice family, then you have offended the entire Rice Group. The Rice Group's crushing of you is as simple as crushing an ant?
Madam, hurry up and leave. I'm fine.
Kneel down and beg me now. Maybe I'll be happy. Then I'll let you go. Otherwise, she would end up like you.
How do you know that the richest man, Vince Rice, only has one daughter?
More than one daughter. Old woman, don't talk nonsense here. Who do you think you are?
Me? I'm the president of the Rice Group, Vince Rice.
How dare you? How dare you pretend to be the Ms. Rice? What are you waiting for?
What?
Today, I'll let you know. The end of ignorance.
Knock it off. Let go of her? What are you doing?
Miss Rice, this old thing pretends to be Mrs. Rice. I was just about to—
Mom, are you all right?
She is really Mrs. Rice.
How dare you offend my mother? Apologize to my mom now.
Sorry, Miss Rice, I don't know it. She helped that bitch Stella as soon as she showed up. I thought they—
Shut up. I told you to apologize to my mother, didn't you hear that?
Mrs. Rice, I'm sorry. I'm an ignorant fool. It's my fault. Please spare me. Spare me, please.
Say it. Who ordered you to bully Stella?
What are you looking at me for? I just let you to teach her a lesson. I didn't ask you to use such a cruel method. Mom, I can explain it. Stella stole the company's confidential files. I'm doing this for the company's sake.
Cindy? Do you want me to check the surveillance videos in the office? I didn't expect you to be so vicious at such a young age. And you guys, instead of focusing on your work, you only know to suck up to my daughter and help her do evils. Hand the supervisor over to the law enforcement agency. They will never be admitted into the company again.
Yes?
No, Mrs. Rice. Miss Cindy, I'm just following your orders.
Mom.
Get lost. Stella. Can I take a look at the birthmark on your arm? How old are you?
When were you born? I found you in January 1998. Then I consider you were born in January 1998.
I was born in January 1998.
January 1998. My daughter was born in November 1997. It seemed that she was not my daughter.
My foster father passed away.
Foster father. Stella Ross has no biological parents. Her birthday may not be right. Mr. Davis. Get the car ready now. I'm going to find out.
Mr. Ross was definitely cursed by his daughter otherwise. Why would he suddenly have a car accident?
Dad, I'm late. I'm sorry?
Stella Ross.
Mom.
Don't call me Mom. How dare you come back? It's you. You're a jinx. You killed my husband.
Mom.
If it weren't for my inability to have a child back then, I wouldn't have brought you back to land on our feet. After giving birth to Betty, I originally planned to send you away. Your dad was so kind-hearted and keep you stay here. How do you repay our family?
Mom, what did you say?
Are you deaf? I said. The one who killed my husband? Is you the jinx?
Yes, if the jinx stay here, I'm afraid that she would drag us down in the future. Am I right?
Kick her out.
Mom, I don't believe it.
Get out. Don't touch me. If I had known earlier that you would have killed my husband, I should have sent you away long ago.
You killed my dad. You must pay with your life for him. Let go of me. Who are you? What are you doing here?
Open your fucking eyes and see clearly this is Miss Rice.
You are Stella's family members, aren't you? She hit me in the company. What do you think I'm doing here? Men, smash it away. Don't touch my dad's photo.
Miss Rice? Miss Rice, did this wicked girl offend you? Well, today I'll let her apologize to you.
Mom, what are you doing? Mom, kneel down. Apologize now?
Miss Rice, she has knelt down to apologize to you.
You two are quite sensible, but I don't think she is sincere. She didn't even say she is sorry.
Speak up, are you mute?
I didn't do anything wrong. Why should I apologize?
You won't give in, will you?
I'll beat you to death today.
I'll beat you to death, Miss Rice. My mom has already beaten her. Can you let go of us?
Did I say I was satisfied? Since she dared to slap me, I want her to lose one of her hands. It's not too much, is it?
Hand?
Mom. Mom.
Stop. Mom, why did you come? Get lost. This is. What's happening? It's broken.
Mrs. Rice.
Don't be afraid, Stella. I'll take you to the hospital. Come here.
Hey, she's my daughter. What are you doing?
You'd better pray that she's fine. Mom. Go home and wait.
Mrs. Rice, you don't have to visit me every day. I can go to work tomorrow. My wound is almost healed, you see.
Don't worry. After all, you suffered such a serious injury because of Cindy Rice. Oh, by the way, Stella, you only know that. You were adopted. As for the rest, you know nothing.
I don't know.
It seems that I still have to find Stella's adoptive mother to figure it out.
Mrs. Rice, I've got news about your biological daughter.
Are you sure?
The detective said, according to the photos you provided, he saw a necklace, which was exactly the same as yours, in a restaurant.
Okay, I know. Stella, have a good rest when you recover. Come back to work again.
Mrs. Rice.
Let's go.
It turned out that Mrs. Rice is also looking for her own daughter. If she is my biological mother, that will be good. I'm really not the biological daughter of Vince Rice. No wonder she punished me so severely. I can't let her. Find her biological daughter. The restaurant mentioned by the detective is yours. Let me ask you. Have you had an adopted daughter, or you found her by accident?
Yes. Stella Ross is the girl I adopted 20 years ago.
What? Sure enough, it's Stella Ross. Damn it! It turns out that Stella Ross is the biological daughter of Vince Rice. No, this person can be anyone, but it cannot be Stella Ross. I'm back. Cindy, what are you doing at my home?
I'm asking you. It took you so long in the hospital, you still know to come back?
Why did I stay in the hospital for so long? Didn't you know?
You?
Excuse me, is this the Ross family's restaurant?
How did she get here so soon? Mrs. Rice.
Stella, why are you here when you're not at home?
This is my family's restaurant.
Your family? Is Stella really my daughter?
Mrs. Rice, what brings you here?
Why are you here?
Mom, I've realized that. I was wrong. I feel that. I have gone too far before. That is why I came to apologize to Stella. Stella, I have indeed gone too far before. I was so angry at that time, and couldn't think straight. Can you forgive me? I won't forgive you.
Hey. The heritress has already apologized to you. Don't be too stubborn.
Stella has suffered a lot. She has the right to decide whether to forgive. Cindy is vicious. I can't reveal my purpose now, otherwise it would be harmful to Stella. Go home after apologizing.
It seems that she doesn't want me to. Know that she is looking for her daughter. Okay, Mom. Well, Stella, I have a gift for you. Come with me to get it.
Go! What are you pretending for?
Do you have a photo of Stella when she was a child?
Why?
Just let me see. Her childhood photos. And all this money is yours.
All mine. I'll go look for it for you. Look, Mrs. Rice. I always take a look when I have time.
They are completely different. Stella is not my daughter. Is Stella your biological daughter?
Ah, what are you saying? Of course. Stella came out of my belly after 10 months pregnancy.
You're lying. Stella said she was adopted by you. Aren't you going to tell the truth?
Let me tell you, Stella is indeed my daughter, but her father is someone else. I can't tell the truth. To my husband, what should I do if he abandons me? So I said that. I picked up Stella at the roadside. Oh, by the way, 2 days ago, we did a paternity test. Look at it, see. Do you have any other business?
Sorry to have disturbed you.
Hey, money, the chest.
There are 5 million yuan in it. Change all Stella's childhood photos to someone else's no matter who asks you. You have to say that she is your biological daughter. Got it?
Got it. Don't worry. I have done a paternity test with Betty. I'll say I did it with Stella. Rest assured, it is surefire. What are the mother and daughter of the Riceys doing? But who cares? I got the money.
I was fired? Why?
Complained by the client after the company evaluation. It is determined that you do not meet the standards of Rice Group.
But just taking Stella Ross away that treats the symptoms but not the root cause. Vince Rice has already known that I'm not her biological daughter even if she couldn't find her own child. Nor would she hand over the company to me if something happened to her at this time. I'm the sole heir of Rice Group.
I'll give you 3 more days. If there's still no news, you don't have to work anymore. My daughter, where are you?
Mr. Rice! Watch out!
Stella? "20? Fast. Someone threw objects from a height and injured others. Send a car over quickly." Stella, hold on, Stella. What is this? It's exactly the same listing that I left for my daughter. It's so blurry, I can't see the face clearly. Stella has a mother. What am I suspecting? Are you feeling better, Stella?
I'm fine, Mrs. Rice.
Thank you so much this time. Otherwise, I'm afraid I would have died. Thank you, Stella.
You're welcome, Mrs. Rice. You saved me before as well. Let's call it even.
Oh, by the way, I found your dismissal is due to some misunderstanding. Stella, I want to hire you with 5 times the salary. Are you willing to return to Rice Group?
Mrs. Rice? I'm not worth 5 times the salary. You're losing out by doing this.
Why aren't you worth it? If I say you're worth it, then you're worth it. You deserve the best in the world.
Thank you, Mrs. Rice. I'll definitely work hard to repay you.
Okay. Stella is so kind. How nice if she can be my daughter.
Stop. Where did you go? You never stay at home for a moment, nor did you help me with the restaurant.
I was injured and hospitalized. Injured?
How precious you are. Why must you get hospitalized? You must have spent thousands of dollars in the hospital.
I'm not feeling well today. I'll go to bed first.
Come back. Not feeling well. I think you're feeling lazy again, you. Not feeling well.
Mom, don't be angry. Well, Dad is gone. Didn't you want to find a partner? You have a blind date tomorrow. I heard that. Uncle Jay someone introduced to you this time. He's a golden bachelor. If you fall in love with him, from now on, I'll be the daughter of a rich family. You have to grasp this opportunity.
Yes, yes, yes. Tomorrow. It's about my marriage. There's no need to argue with that little slut today.
Yes.
Cindy Heritress, good morning.
Stella Ross? Didn't you get fired? Why are you still here, security? Who let her in?
I am the one who let her in.
Mom?
Do you have an opinion?
Stella has been complained by Mr. Robb. This proves that she has no ability.
She is an artifact restorer, not a receptionist. Asking her to receive the guests is already a grave mistake. Not to mention that Mr. Robb had evil intentions to begin with. The complaint can be ignored. From now on, Stella Ross is a member of the Cultural Relics Restoration Department. She has the same chance as you to compete for the position of Department Director.
That flower pot didn't kill Vince Rice, but brought her and Stella even closer. Vince Rice has too many bodyguards around her now. And if Stella dies, I'm afraid I'll be the first suspect. I have to force Stella to leave on her own. Mrs. Rice offers me 5 times of my salary, that is $50,000. With the money I've saved, I should be able to rent an apartment. I'm going to the hospital for a follow-up check today. David, have some water.
David!
I know you don't like Monica Johnson, the middle-aged fair lady, but she has 2 beautiful daughters. If you marry Monica Johnson, you'll have a chance to get close to her daughters. They'll be yours sooner or later.
Ah, David, ouch! Your necklace looks good!
Sit down first, Monica. Have a seat first. Monica, I heard that. You have 2 daughters. Why aren't they here?
Oh, don't mention it. My second daughter is smart and studious. She probably is reading in the library. My older daughter is very lazy. She is always messing around every day. She still haven't returned at this time. I don't know where she has gone.
Mom, I'm back.
Talk of the devil. And she appears. Where have you been?
I'm going to the hospital again for a checkup.
What? You went to the hospital again. Do you know, one can't leave the hospital without spending several thousand. You sure do cherish yourself a lot, huh? I spent my own money without using a single cent of the family's money. Did you hear that, little girl? The money of the family is earned by her. Let me tell you something. The money of the family, including every single cent, is mine.
Mom, hey. Monica, no matter how anxious you are, you can't hit a child, can you?
David, she just doesn't get it, you know? Don't you know that this little girl only knows how to spend money every day? She is just a money sucker?
If there is nothing, I'll go back to my room first.
Look. Can't I even say anything?
Mr. Black.
Stella, your mom asked me to take you home. Get in the car.
Really? When did my mom care so much about me? Mr. Black, why did my mom ask you to pick me up?
You'll know when you see her. Have some water to moisten your throat first.
Thank you.
This imported medicine is quite different. Ha ha ha.
Isn't that my mom's blind date, Mr. Black? Why does he and Stella go to the hotel together? Mom, Stella is in trouble. Come here quickly.
Mrs. Rice, you're weak. Why do you have to work so hard every day? I haven't found my daughter yet. I can't afford to slack off for a moment. What's wrong?
I think I saw Stella.
Hehehe.
Mr. Black, what are you doing?
What am I doing? Can't you tell it? Hey, it's great that you're awake. It would be more interesting to do it when you are awake.
Mr. Black, you just had a blind date with my mother. How could you treat her like this? Don't you feel sorry for her?
Why should I feel sorry for her? Your mother wants my money. I want her daughter. This is a fair trade.
Mr. Black, let go of me. Help. Mr. Black.
What are you doing?
Mom.
Monica, hey. Why are you here?
While you go on a blind date with me, you also want my daughter.
No, not like that, Monica. Listen to me. It is Stella Ross. She took the initiative to seduce me. She forced me and dragged me into this hotel. She is the one who seduced me.
Mom, I've been your daughter for so many years. Don't you know what kind of person I am?
Stella used to. Lead a hard life now. There's a chance to get rich. In front of her, it's inevitable that she is tempted. It's not impossible that she wants to. Grasp this chance and marry a wealthy man.
Betty, you're talking nonsense.
I didn't.
Shameless thing. I've brought you up with so much care for so many years. Do you feel sorry for me?
Mom, I didn't.
Don't call me Mom. I don't have such a shameless daughter. You took away Betty's luck and made her unable to get into a university. Now, you seduce my man. I'll beat you, shameless bitch, to death today. Give it to me.
Hey, Monica, what are you doing?
Alas, I'll beat you to death today.
Mom.
Shameless bitch. No wonder your mother didn't want you and abandoned you. You've done such evil deeds. I'll beat you to death today.
Mom, I didn't.
What are you doing?
Mr. Rice, what do you mean by this? I teach my daughter a lesson. Why are you meddling in again?
She's your daughter. What did she do wrong? Why did you hit her like this?
What did she do wrong? She seduced my man. I've raised her for so many years and taken good care of her. She actually did such a disgraceful thing. So what if I teach her a lesson?
Yes, this girl, she's a slut. She deserved to be beaten.
Ms. Rice, I didn't.
I believe in you, Stella. Mr. Davis, take out the evidence.
This is the water that Duke Will gave Miss Ross to drink. He has put something in it. After Miss Ross fainted from this water, Duke Will took Miss Ross back to the room. This is the surveillance video.
Wrong?
Before the truth was revealed, you actually believed what others said and doubted your own daughter. A person like you is not worthy of being a mother.
Stop saying anything. What's wrong with teaching her a lesson?
Is it? The commercial street where the restaurant of the Ross family is located belongs to the Rice Group. Do you not want to open your restaurant anymore?
Oh! Mrs. Rice! Why are you doing this? My daughter! My daughter! Tell Mrs. Rice about it. Tell her not to be angry. Forgive me. It's a misunderstanding. Let's talk about it when we get home.
Mom, in your eyes, am I a girl without moral and ethical principles, who is morally corrupt? Since I was a little girl, you have blamed me for everything. You said our family was poor, due to supporting me. You said my sister couldn't get admitted to any university, because I brought her bad luck. I'll put up with it even if you hit and scold me, but I didn't do anything wrong. Why don't you believe me?
Stella, it's okay. Mr. Davis!
Hey! You, what are you doing? I'm the CEO of the Black Group. How dare you treat me like this? Let go of me.
How dare you shout at me? Mr. Davis, send him to the law enforcement agency and prepare a proposal to acquire the Black Group.
Yes.
Monica, save me. I am wrong, Monica.
I'll take you to the hospital, Stella.
Don't go to the hospital. Let's go home.
How can your mum be like this? You two are both her daughters. How could she favor one over the other? Why are you still crying?
Mrs. Rice, are you my mother? I mean, you're so nice to me. My dream mother is like you.
Silly girl.
Mrs. Rice, we're neither relatives nor friends. Why are you helping me so much?
It is because I hope when my daughter is suffering from being bullied, someone could also help her like this.
With her personality, Cindy is hard to be bullied, isn't it?
Open it.
What a beautiful dress. Mrs. Rice, the gifts is too expensive. I can't accept it.
Stella, you saved me last time. I didn't give you a gift of thanks. Put on this dress and come with me to attend this year's Starlight Banquet.
Starlight Banquet? Isn't it just for the nobility?
All beings are equal. There is no need to call Pope nobility. I say you can go. Then you can.
Thank you, Mrs. Rice.
Miss Rice, thank you for bringing us to the Starlight Banquet.
You're welcome.
As expected of the famous Starlight Banquet, what a grand scene. Such a luxurious scene. If Stella Ross didn't offend you, she can also come and have a look.
She doesn't deserve to be here. When we're here, at the Starlight Banquet, she's probably in a corner of the office right now, filled with jealousy and hatred, right?
Is that Stella Ross?
This is the Starlight Banquet. Stella Ross. Cindy Rice. How did you get in? You are not welcome in this place. Of course I have an invitation and walk in openly.
Cut the crap. How could it be so easy to get an invitation for the Starlight Banquet? We're also relying on Miss Cindy to come here. You country bumpkin. How do you get an invitation?
I guess you sneaked in from the back door?
I came in openly. The invitation is given by Mrs. Rice. My mother is the president of the group. How could she have any connection with you? How dare you glare at me? You don't provoke me again and again. Do you take me as a fool because I didn't lose my temper with you?
How dare you, Stella Ross? How dare you hit Cindy? She is the daughter of Mrs. Rice.
Mrs. Rice is such a gentle and kind person. Why does she have a vicious daughter like you? Security!
Security! Security! Miss Cindy, what can I do for you?
This woman. How did she get in here? Throw her out. Immediately.
This lady came in with the invitation. I have no right to drive her out.
You don't have the right? Security, I'll give you the right. I'm the heritress of the Rice family. How dare you disobey me?
Well,
Ah, idiot! This is the daughter of the richest businesswoman. Offending her is equivalent to offending her mother, the great tycoon in Hattiesburg. How dare you disobey, Miss Rice?
Miss, please leave.
I have the invitation. I am invited. Why should I leave, as she said?
Why? Because Miss Cindy is Mrs. Rice's only daughter. In the future, Rice Group will belong to her.
I didn't know that. The Rice Group belongs to my daughter.
Mom.
Cindy, tell me, is Rice Group yours or mine?
Ah, Mom, of course it's yours.
Stella is my distinguished guest. No one can get her out of here. Stella, are you all right?
I'm okay, Ms. Rice. I'll go to the restroom.
Okay.
Go to the restroom. You know what to do?
Rest assured, I'll definitely let her know. The price of offending you? Stella Ross, stop right there. What are you trying to do? You have made Miss Rice so embarrassed. How dare you stay here?
Hey, stop! You offended our Cindy heritress. Now you want to leave?
It's okay if you want to leave. As long as you kneel down and beg for mercy, I'll let you go. You...
Impossible.
Oh, you're angry. A child without parents dares to stand in front of us?
I have Mom.
Is that so? I guess your mom will die tomorrow, right?
Don't curse my mother.
How dare you hit me? Hold her down.
What are you going to do? Aren't you afraid that Mrs. Rice will sack you if she finds it out?
How dare you threaten me, you! Stella, today I'll let you know that. Even if I beat you to death today, no one's gonna find it out. Miss Cheng is backing us up. What can you do to me?
Ah.
Happy cooperation.
See you next time.
Why did it take so long?
Aren't you quite arrogant? Come on, get up!
Where is your airs and graces? What's the matter? How dare you fight back?
You will. Get retribution.
All right, I'd like to see what retribution I will get.
Stop.
Mrs. Rice.
Stella. I didn't expect it. How dare you treat her like this?
Mrs. Rice. Mrs. Rice. I can explain it. Mrs. Rice?
Mr. Davis, capture them and send them to the law enforcement agency. Mr. Davis, capture these people to the law enforcement agency.
Got it. Take them away.
Mrs. Rice, ah.
Stella. Let's go.
Mrs. Rice. I can walk by myself.
Stella, what happened today? I know it was Cindy Rice who instructed them to do so. Don't worry. I'll expel her from the Rice family.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Rice. Rest assured, for the sake of you who have helped me so many times, I will not sue her. After I go back, I will submit my resignation letter.
Why?
Every time I see you, I would think of Cindy Rice. I don't want to vent my anger on you because of her. It is getting late. I'll go back first. Goodbye, Mrs. Rice.
Stella? I'm sorry?
Mrs. Rice, it's all done.
All right, I got it.
Mrs. Rice. She doesn't want to see you. Let's go back.
I'm not rest assured if she comes home alone. You keep up. Send her home safely.
Got it.
Stella Ross, because of you, I am expelled from the Rice family and lose everything, do you think?
How to deal with her.
I don't want to see her in this world anymore. Clean up.
Got it. You wake up.
Who are you?
I'm here to send you to hell.
Help!
Stop shouting.
Help! Mom, save me!
Stop! Stella?
Mr. Rice!
Are you all right? I'll help you up. Mr. Davis, deal with this. Stella.
Go to hell.
Hey! Mrs. Brown.
Stella. Stella, hold on. Stella.
The patient's family members, please wait outside.
Mrs. Rice, rest assured, Miss Ross will be fine.
Doctor, the patient was suffering from severe anemia. The hospital's blood bank is in out of storage. Who among you are of Rh negative blood type? I am. I can donate blood to Stella. Come with me. Okay, go. How was it, doctor? When can I have a blood transfusion? You are the mother of the patient. Why didn't you tell me earlier? Blood transfusion is not allowed among immediate family members. Fortunately, the hospital's blood bank is filled up. Otherwise, it could jeopardize the whole matter. What? Doctor, you just said I'm the mother of Stella. It's clearly written on the blood test report. It couldn't be wrong. Take a look for yourself. I'm Stella's mother. I find my daughter.
The doctor said Miss Stella had a successful operation, Mrs. Rice. Don't worry too much.
Have you investigated clearly about that man? Who sent him here to hurt Stella?
Yes, Cindy Rice.
It's her again. Bring her here.
Yes.
Mom, don't be angry. I promise you, I won't make things difficult for her in the future, and get along well with her, all right?
You knew it long ago. You're not my biological daughter. You might have known for a long time Stella Ross is my daughter. Right. If it isn't for that, how could you try every means to frame Stella? And how could you bribe Stella's foster mother to conceal Stella's identity from me?
Mom, I am wrong. I won't do it again, Mom. I'm too scared. I'm afraid of losing Mom.
Really? Are you afraid of losing me? Or are you afraid of losing the heir position of the Rice Group? The vase that fell from a height last time was smashed at me by someone you sent, you. Wanted to kill you a long time ago. I regret having raised you.
So regret. Regret? Did you even give me any choice? Why did you? Give everything good to Stella once she appears? You give everything you have to her? Why? I'm also your daughter.
Men! Send Cindy to the law enforcement agency. Punish her according to the law.
Mom, you can't do this to me, Mom. You can't do this to me, Mom.
The grievance is finally settled.
Mrs. Rice, Miss Stella has woken up.
What? Stella, don't move. Be careful not to aggravate the wound.
Mrs. Rice?
It's only been a day, but your complexion has become so pale. Stella, ever since I met you, you've risked your life and saved me twice. But I haven't done anything for you.
Don't say that, Mrs. Rice. What did you just say?
Stella, I'm your mother, Stella.
Mrs. Rice, you are my biological mother.
It's true, Stella, you're my daughter.
Mom, I'll have a mother now.
Miss Stella, when you and Cindy Rice were born, you were lost, Mrs. Rice. Has been looking for you in secret. Now she finally found you.
I'll have a mother now.
Stella. Call me Mom, okay?
Mom.
My daughter. I finally found you. My daughter.
Mom. In the future, we never separate again, all right?
All right. No separation.